was the night before Christmas, when all through the Overwatch lands, not a Genji main was stirring, not even a Mercy one trick. But alas, one Illari main, nestled at the fireplace brick, staring at the fire with the story of misfortune and pain. Wait a damn minute. Where the hell the fire at? Tell us your tale, young male. Huh? Hello? Who said that? Me, the narrator. Oh, hi. You're over there. What's going on right now? The audience requires the full story of what happened to your PC. Oh, okay, gather around the fireplace, I guess. Amazing. Let's get this ball rolling already. I have pickles on my face. Why are you so close? Back up! Oh, my bad, sorry, I was showing the camera, okay, bye. Alright, well, we're doing this now. I was kind of busy, but whatever. May begin. Okay, sure. It all began back in August. That is when— It's my story! Damn! I'm the narrator now! Go away! Where do I even start? Okay. So yes, it was back in August. So, pretty much in August is the month before my birthday, because my birthday's on the 15th of September. It all started because I had been talking about wanting to get a new CPU for my PC, one that could actually run Fortnite well, because that was the only game on my whole entire PC that I couldn't run good, which is really annoying because every single time, at least back then, my boyfriend was playing Fortnite a lot with his friends, and I would have wanted to play Fortnite if it didn't look like complete fucking doo-doo trash when I went on it. To make it fucking playable, I literally— Ooh, heatwave. Yeah, I had to make the game look like really horribly shitty. Oh my god, this is really hard. I didn't think trying to play this game and trying to tell a story would be so fucking hard. Holy balls. Where was I? Fuck, I don't remember. Okay, so I just wanted a new CPU so I could honestly just be able to play Fortnite well, and getting a CPU upgrade would benefit my computer as a whole for every other game that I play. And my boyfriend, I guess, heard that and then went ahead and bought me a new CPU off of eBay, which I wasn't expecting. And I guess he did it in August, because then it came it was kind of the end of August-ish when it happened. Yeah, so then my birthday gift, which I was able to open early, and he was like, oh, it's something for your computer, do you want to open it early? And I was like, yes I do, yes. And then I opened it early and it was the CPU, and I was like, oh my god, no way. I had looked up how to put in a new CPU on the motherboard. No, this is where it gets bad. So pretty much what happened was I was like, oh, I'm gonna set up my freaking CPU now in my freaking in my computer, and when I looked it up, I was like, so yeah, so you gotta remove the fan that's on top of your motherboard and flip this little switch thingy, and then boom, you'll have a— Okay. Bro, I'm cooked monkey face right now. I'm gonna and that was a fucking nightmare, by the way, removing the fan that's right on top of the CPU. Oh my god. It's a very, very, very old motherboard, by the way, because I bought a pre-built and they used all the low-end parts for it. But oh my god, it was a nightmare because it's 4 screws that you have to like unscrew in a certain like order. Cause like if you like untighten one side too much, then it tightens the other side, and then it's like these like spring screw things. Oh my god, it was a fucking nightmare. So then once I finally got that like over with, then I was able to like take out the old CPU and then put in the new one. But then I come to a very horrifying realization. No, this is after I had already put in the new CPU. I didn't think anything of the fact that I had to like really push it in to fit, even though when I was like reading about it, like your CPU should just like fall right in and you should apply no pressure to put it in. And I thought, huh, it's kind of strange that I'm like jamming this in and like forcing it in so like is able to fit. Yeah, so it turns out that that CPU was not for that motherboard at all. So that was a horrifying realization for me, because then when I like plugged everything back in and I tried to turn it on and then it didn't turn on at all, you can imagine the horror that I felt. I was like, oh god, Al, we are so fucked. Who digging in this shit? Me, twin. So then once I realized that, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to like I need to like switch out the CPU and put the old one in, because the new one's not even for the old one. And obviously that should have clicked in, because I was like, no wonder it wasn't fucking fitting. So then I put the old one in, but get this, when I put the old CPU in and then I plug it back in, my computer still doesn't fucking turn on. And then I'm like, oh my god, I fucked up absolutely everything ever. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I realize I'm fucked, and I'm like, what now? What now? And then I'm like, I'm gonna have to get a new fucking motherboard, because now nothing is working. Not working at all. So then I go on like Amazon, and then I decide to just buy a new motherboard, because I don't know, I genuinely didn't know what else I was supposed to do if like the computer wasn't booting up at all. Booty. And then once the new one came, I was like, okay, now I pretty much have to watch like this tutorial video on how to like put in a new motherboard and hope that I do everything perfectly right and everything is fine, and then it like boots up on my first try. I went ahead and bought like a new CPU cooler, CPU fan, or whatever the fuck it's called. So I go and what the fuck am I trying to say? I feel fucking brain dead trying to explain anything. Oh my god. I always get fucking caught in this thing. Oh, okay. Cool. Of course that was gonna happen. Okay, like why would that not happen? Okay, I think maybe I should just switch. Quick man. Holy shit, do they have a big ass lead. See, I'm trying to get better at Illari, but like it's really difficult when everybody like insists on like being really good at the time that you want to try out a character that you want to improve at. So I'm gonna try and like talk, but again, it is so difficult for me to fucking multitask. Holy shit. Reinhardt, my lovely. Oh, we need all hands on deck right now, and we need all hands on fucking deck right now. All hands on my deck right now. Holy shit. Okay, the switch was much needed. I will continue the story once this like riveting overtime is over. Oh my god. Guys? No fucking way, we did it! Oh my god. No. Corny! The very last second, everybody just fucking decided to lie. Ew! Ew! It makes it worse because he's wearing the most atrocious fucking Lucio skin. Anyways, I need to continue the story, like, well, get it over with, because it shouldn't even be a long, like, story process. Oh my god. Okay. So then I go ahead, set up the new motherboard in the PC. I'm watching this video, I'm like plugging everything back in, and then I'm setting up the new CPU fan, and that installing that was also a pain in my ass, and like there was like moments in it I genuinely like wanted to strangle myself with my own hands. Anyways, I plug everything back in, and then I put in the new CPU obviously in the motherboard prior, and put thermal paste and all that shit because it needs that, right? Of course. Can I aim? Hello? I also got like new RAM because the old RAM obviously was for the old motherboard, so it wasn't gonna fit in the new motherboard. So I had to get new RAM. So everything new that I got was a new motherboard, new CPU fan, new RAM, new CPU, all that nice shit. And then it was time for the moment of truth. Would it turn on? After I got everything new, surely everything would be perfect, turn out perfectly. I plug it in, turn it on, hit the power. At first, nothing turns on. I feel my heart sink to my stomach because it could be a number of reasons why it doesn't turn on. First thing I do is I check the bag, I check maybe I just didn't have everything plugged in. I didn't have something plugged in. I go and plug it in, right? I hear that widow. I think I know where she is actually. The fans power on, all the lights power on, and I'm like, oh, no way, this is it. Oh my god. I successfully like upgraded the motherboard and everything works perfectly and my life is good, everything's perfect. So nothing shows up on the monitor. And again, could be a number of reasons at this point. I think maybe it's like the wires or something. Maybe, I don't know. At this point, I don't fucking know because I'm not like a fucking expert. I'm like fucking winging that shit at that point. And then I think, wait, what if I just bought the wrong RAM and it doesn't work or some shit like that? So then I try and like go on Reddit and find somebody that like has the exact same motherboard as me, and then I did find somebody that had the same motherboard as me. And then I messaged this person, and I didn't really expect a reply, but then they ended up like answering my message like a month later, and they couldn't exactly help me with my problem because they didn't have the same motherboard anymore, and I was just like, man, well, that sucks. But it's whatever, because at that point I had like given up on trying to fix the problem myself, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to go to a fucking repair shop to fix my PC. I'm gonna have to fucking go to, I don't fucking know, Best Buy, and then have them charge me like $300 to fix my problem. Because I thought, maybe it's the RAM. Maybe the motherboard I bought from Amazon was just faulty because it's like a no-brand one, so maybe, of course, it'd like fucking ship me like a shitty one. Maybe it's because at some point while I was like plugging everything back in, I had dropped my graphic card on the floor and it got scratched up and now it doesn't work. Or maybe it's because maybe I like somehow scratched the pins on the back of like the new CPU, because when I had like jammed it into the motherboard like it's not supposed to fit in, like maybe I like put too much pressure on it and I like fucked it up. Or maybe I just fucked up the new motherboard myself because the amount of times I accidentally jammed it, the like sharp end of the screwdriver I was using. Yeah, so that's how I ruined my PC. Like, if you're new to like PC stuff, just fucking read up on every single thing possible so you're the most knowledgeable. How I fixed it is quite simple. I went into a repair shop, not Best Buy actually, because we got recommended like this, first of all, amazing guy, holy shit. Anyways, we got recommended this guy and he had like reasonable prices, and on like my boyfriend's day off we were gonna like go in and finally get it fixed and have an actual professional look at it for us. I had like called before we were gonna come just in case, like I wanted to make sure that I could actually just bring my whole ass large PC for him to look at, or I need to like make an appointment or something. Like I just wanted to make sure. And then I called him and I told him, like, explain a bit about my problem. And then he was like, you installed the motherboard yourself? And then I was like, yeah, knowing damn well like I was an actual idiot for doing that. Yeah, so then he's like, okay, it's gonna be like $70, which, you know what, is crazy. That is a crazy, like, genuinely such a crazy price in my opinion. Like, that is as good as a price as you can get for like somebody that is gonna like fix your PC. And then we get into the shop and somebody's already there, like getting his like laptop cleaned up. And you know what, oh my god, screw that guy because he's an actual idiot. We were waiting, I don't know how long we were waiting. It was till closing time because I think we got there like around 3 and like the store like closed at 5. We were there till like 4:40 or something, till like he finally like finished up with the guy. And then he told us why it took so long. He spilled milk on his
$2,000
laptop, gaming laptop by the way, and he left it there for 6 months until he finally decided, I don't know what changed 6 months later, but 6 months later he brings it in to finally get cleaned. He's just there like hovering over this old guy who's 70 years old, and he doesn't even look 70. He looks at least 50. He looks insanely good for his age. And he's hovering over the 7-year-old man, cleaning up his mess. And then he's like, I think you missed a spot. Oh, over here. And then every single time I think that like he's done, because like the guy will be like, oh, okay, I think we're done now. And then somehow this guy will just find something and be like, oh actually, but, and then just end up being there even longer and longer. Ooh, hitting a G. Okay. They're hitting that shit. Okay, you hitting that shit. And then finally he leaves, and then it's like 10 minutes before closing, I think. Wait, no, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was like 10 minutes before closing time or some shit like that. And it's finally our turn, and then this guy like fiddles with it for like a good 10 minutes, like just testing out, trying to figure out what the problem is. I think it honestly was like 10 minutes later or 15 minutes later, and then he fixed it. And literally all he did was he like plugged the motherboard into a different like power box or whatever it's called, and then it turned on. I was in awe of it. But also I was like, oh, does this mean I'm gonna have to get like a new like power box or whatever the fuck it's called? Because if the old one for some reason doesn't work. And then he goes ahead and like he plugs the motherboard back into like the old one, and then it turns on. It fucking turns on, and I'm like in genuine like shock. I'm like, what the fuck? All of a sudden it just fucking works. It just works now. That's all he had to do. He had to like plug it out, plug it into like a different one, and then plug it back into the old one, and that like it works now. Why are you here? It's not that deep. Oh my god, it's not that deep. Oh my god, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Y'all are just gonna have to make that push. Y'all were one fart away. Yeah, so I had gotten a job in September, so I was finally making money. And then in October, at the near like the end of October, I unfortunately get fired for unknown reasons that were not revealed to me. But I had money, so I was like, all right, well, since I have time now, I'm just gonna go finally bring in my PC to get fixed. And before I had fixed it, I'd been using like my boyfriend's like old shitty Xbox to play Overwatch, because that was like the only game that we were playing during the time I didn't have my PC. Here, we're gonna have to make like a an attempt here. Yeah, that's raps.